Hello everyone, it's Diego Doom here, and today I'm bringing you another review. Today I'll be reviewing SH Monster Art's Fire Rodan. Fire Rodan comes from the 1993 film Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, also known as Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. In the film, Fire Rodan sought to protect baby Godzilla, but in the end ultimately sacrifices his own life to revive Godzilla in order to destroy Mechagodzilla. So if you haven't, definitely check out Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. It's definitely a very nice, very neat, and very cool film. But nonetheless, SH Monster Art's Fire Rodan is another fantastic release in the SH Monster Arts line. Fire Rodan has a fantastic sculpt, fantastic paint applications, fantastic accessories, and a very nice, very neat, very cool, and very wide range of articulation. So first, let's check out Fire Rodan's accessories. Okay, so now let's check out Fire Rodan's accessories. So Fire Rodan comes with 3 Tamashii stands, 1 flight cradle, 1 perch cradle, 1 additional head for Mechagodzilla, 1 spiral ray for Godzilla, and then 1 uranium heat beam for Rodan. So first, let's check out the stands. Now the first stand we have here is customized for Rodan specifically here. And as you can see, this is a very nicely done stand here. On the stand, it has Rodan Forever, and it has Kazuma Iogaki. In the comments below, correct me if I'm pronouncing his last name wrong. I'm pretty sure I am. But Kazuma was the pilot for the Garuda in Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, so I'm not absolutely sure the specifics of this logo. I believe maybe he was an expert on pterodons or something like that, I think. But still, nonetheless, this stand is absolutely fantastic. As you can see, you can have the glitter here inside. And what that is reminiscent of is when Fire Rodan sacrificed his life, all the reflective glitter and material kind of dispersed in the air, which went into Godzilla and so on and so forth. So definitely a very cool stand here. Then on top of the stand, I have attached the flight cradle here. And this flight cradle is definitely very nicely done, and it holds very well for Fire Rodan. So the whole point of this is to put Fire Rodan into almost seamless flight poses. So you have just pretty much a clear stand here. So you have a larger opening, a smaller opening, and Rodan will rest in here very firmly and very securely. So let's grab Fire Rodan here. So we have Fire Rodan here, and all you have to do is just kind of drop him in place on this cradle here. And it's definitely a very nice fit, so definitely cool. Now I must admit, to simulate the truly seamless flight poses, I still use the Tamashii clips. But, you know, still, this stand is absolutely fantastic. So if you have a side view, you won't really notice the cradle, but still, it's very cool and a very nice accessory there. So definitely very cool. So the next stand that Fire Rodan comes with is his, we'll say his pretty much customized stand just for Rodan specifically. So first, you have a very nice silhouette of Fire Rodan, the same glitter going on in the background, and then Fire Rodan here, and then also in the fine print, this is just copyright information. So definitely very cool, a very nice stand. And then to the stand here, I've attached a perch. So the perch accessory is definitely very cool. Now, Fire Rodan fits somewhat snugly into this perch. Really, the trick is you have to have the legs appropriately, otherwise he's going to constantly tip out, and it's all about balancing his wings. But if you have the legs affixed appropriately, he'll slide into the perch very snugly. So let's see if we can get that on there. Because how this all slides on, you'll have the forked end go rest with Fire Rodan's legs and room for the tail, so we'll have that on there. And this is pretty much the gist of it, so definitely very cool. Absolutely fantastic there, so it's definitely cool. So now you can have Fire Rodan perched up, looking ominously down on his foes, so definitely very cool there. Then the last stand that Fire Rodan comes with is a plain Tamashii stand, but with the glitter. So this is very cool, and what I believe this is actually meant for is to support Godzilla's spiral ray. So it's definitely very cool here. It's just, as a whole, a very nice stand. It seems plain, but the glitter inside makes it definitely cool and definitely unique. So this is absolutely fantastic. So, definitely cool. So, the next accessory that Fire Rodan comes with is the Battle Damage Mechagodzilla head. And this head is definitely very nice, very neat, and very cool. First, allow me to zoom in so we can get a better look at this head. Okay, so now let's check out Mechagodzilla's battle damage head. So Mechagodzilla's battle damage head has a fantastic sculpt and is very nicely done. So it has absolutely the same sculpt as the Mechagodzilla figure, but with some battle damaging going on. So in the film, Mechagodzilla has his right eye pecked out by Fire Rodan, and this is represented fantastically inside of Mechagodzilla's head here. So as you can see, you have the pecked out, cracked eye there. So definitely very cool here. So it's definitely a very cool accessory, and it's one of those things that they didn't have to include, but just a small little detail like that goes an extremely long way. So if you have all three figures from the film, you can recreate all these famous fight scenes. So definitely very cool. So how this head attaches, we'll just remove him off this little stand. We'll grab our Mechagodzilla figure here, and let's see if we can zoom out just a little bit. If we can, if not, we'll bring him down some. So we have Mechagodzilla here, and I have the Garuda attached. But all we have to do, let's see if we can get that out there. We'll remove Mechagodzilla's head and swap it out and put the new head on. So now what we have is Mechagodzilla with his battle damaged head. So definitely very nice, very neat, and very cool. Once again, much like the Garuda, and I didn't really think about this accessory, but I'm really glad I bought this figure because this is something else that also completes the figure. As far as an event that actually goes through. So definitely very cool and absolutely fantastic here. So definitely very cool. So the next accessory that Fire Rodan comes with is the Spiral Ray for Godzilla. Now, when Rodan sacrificed his self to revive Godzilla, it gave Godzilla the ability to produce the Spiral Ray, which is an extremely strong attack that took out Mechagodzilla in about 2 to 3 hits. So this is absolutely fantastic here and definitely very heavy here. So as you can see, the Spiral Ray here has an absolutely fantastic sculpt here and a fantastic paint application going on. So definitely very nice. Very neat and very cool. This is absolutely fantastic. And one thing to note, what I've noticed, these are, attached, but then not quite attached. So be careful about pulling on these. You don't want to separate these. And these little energy streams are kind of similar to the beam effects that are on the Garuda. So do be careful. Try not to bump these too much and separate these from the actual piece. But this is absolutely fantastic. And this attaches to Godzilla the same way his original atomic breath attaches. So we have the stand here, and all we'd have to do, find the hole in the bottom here. Let's see if we can get some focus. If you can see that, the hole there. Put that on the stand, like so. And then all you'd have to do is grab your Godzilla figure here and line it up. So let's just go ahead and do that just for the sake of it being cool. So I have my Godzilla figure here. See, may not have enough space. Let's see. So we have Godzilla here, and we have the ray here. So now we have Godzilla using the Spiral Ray. So it's definitely very nice, very neat, and very cool. So this is an absolutely fantastic accessory. And once again, this is another piece that completes, the idea and the abilities of another character. So this is very cool, and I feel like the SH Monster Arts line is doing a fantastic job. So definitely very cool. So Fire Rodan's last accessory is his Uranium Heat Beam. So let's go ahead and check that out. So the Heat Beam here is absolutely fantastic. Has a fantastic sculpt here and a fantastic paint application. So you can see with the sculpt, a nice spiral twisting going on. So it's definitely very nice, very neat, and very cool. And it's semi-translucent also. So this is a fantastic accessory. So definitely very cool here. Now this will align to Fire Rodan's mouth. So let me just go ahead and set this up to kind of display this, and we'll go over some a little technique I noticed with the Tamashii stands you can actually perform. So just give me 1 second. Okay, so now let's check out Fire Rodan with his Uranium Heat Beam and also somewhat of a Tamashii Nation stand trick/technique. I don't know what to say about this. But one thing I did notice, and I kind of saw this in the prototype photos, what I've seen a lot online are people just attaching the heat beam to a separate stand and lining that up with Fire Rodan's mouth. And I noticed this could be extremely difficult. But one thing I just realized here if you check out on a lot of the Tamashii stands, saw Fire Rodan kind of tip over, there are extra pieces or extra peg holes here on the left and right side. And what I realized with this stand in particular, you can actually remove these. So you can remove those, and now all you have to do is grab another Tamashii neck. And Fire Rodan does come with 3 Tamashii necks, or we'll say, we'll call these necks. So all you have to do here, so now we have this piece removed, we can just attach that right there and bend that down and around. Grab the uranium heat beam here, and let's see if we can find the hole here. And the hole is down here on this side. We'll just put that in there. And now, we might have to turn it just a little bit, but now you can have Fire Rodan using his uranium heat beam all on one stand. And, you know, it's just something I just noticed and stuff like that. And plus, it saves a lot of space because it's really hard to line this up with Fire Rodan. You know, with 2 separate stands and stuff like that. So this makes the process a little bit easier. So as you can see, this looks a little bit better. It's almost there or something like that. So see, we can zoom out and give it a little tilt. So see, as you can see here, we have Fire Rodan using the uranium heat beam, and it's pretty seamless considering you only have to use one stand. Now, one thing to note, those 2 side pieces are on all Tamashii stands, but just be careful because I just noticed that you could pull it out on those stands, and I tried it with the other figure stands I have, like with the SH Figuarts Barnaby Brooks Jr., and that piece is actually glued in. So if it doesn't come out easy, I would not recommend trying to force it out because you don't want to harm your stands, especially stands that have actually been customized for certain characters. So, you know, that's just a little quirk here with the Fire Rodan figure. So definitely very cool and absolutely seamless. So this is definitely very nice, very neat, and very cool. So now we've got the accessories out of the way, let's go ahead and check out the Fire Rodan figure itself. Okay, so now let's check out the Fire Rodan figure itself. Fire Rodan has a fantastic sculpt, fantastic paint applications, and a very nice, very neat, very cool, and very wide range of articulation. So first, let's start with Fire Rodan's head articulation. So Fire Rodan's head is on a type of ball joint here, so we get some focus going on. So the head can move up and down. So there's 3 joints. You have the head here, the mid neck, and then the lower neck here. So you can look very high up, look very far down. His head can turn left, it can turn right. So it seems like it turns at the neck here, left and right, but actually the head can actually turn from this joint here too. So definitely cool. A very nice range of movement there. Also, as you can see, it seems like Fire Rodan might have a little bit of a jabber jaw. I've noticed, you know, with the Godzilla figure and the Space Godzilla figure, their jaws tend to shift around a little bit, but, you know, I guess it's not, you know, I guess it's something that can't really be helped, but, you know, just kind of line it up as best you can and stuff. It's not really that noticeable, but still, definitely very cool. So in the wings here, Fire Rodan's wings can tilt back, so technically you're tilting the hands forward versus back, so it can go back this far, but as far as tilting it the opposite way, it really won't go anywhere, but still very cool. The wings can actually move around, so you can move that forward-back motion there, so definitely very cool there. So the wings here actually fold in, we'll say 2 or 3 places here, so you can actually fold the wing here and here, and then you have that forward-back motion. So now you have Fire Rodan with a folded wing, so definitely very cool there. The hands here are actually articulated too at the top of the wing, so you got a nice little bit of range articulation there. Definitely very cool. Then in Fire Rodan's legs, it's definitely an interesting situation going on here. For the most part, the legs kind of move forward and kind of rotate outward, so it's kind of like they're on an oval joint or an oval ball peg where they just kind of rotate. They don't technically really go forward and back. But also notice this bottom portion of the thigh can actually rotate too. Now on my figure, what I've noticed is it'll do it on the right side over here, but not on this left side. So, you know, it's just a lot of waking up the joints here on these figures. And that's one big thing too. When you first get this figure, the joints are going to be super, super, super tight. And you do want to be careful. You don't want to break your figure. Just kind of wiggle and kind of work them in and get them in working order and stuff like that, because you don't want to break anything. Because this figure is awfully small and kind of delicate, so definitely very cool there nonetheless. Fire Rodan's knees here, they've been quite a bit. It seems like you could get a double jointed knee out of there, but I'm not going to press that because you can see a lot of gap gets exposed with the knee, so maybe it's just a simple bend, but still very cool. The feet here are on a ball joint. Let's get some focus going on. The feet are on a ball joint here, so they can move up and down and all around. So definitely very cool there. Then Fire Rodan's tail here, as small as it is very nicely articulated here. So you got a lot of range of movement there. So definitely very cool. And then also what I've seen, a lot of people when they mess with the tail seems to pop off. On my figure, it has not. So, you know, just be careful with your figure and be careful with the tail here because you don't want things popping and flying off and stuff like that. Because once again, you know, initially when you receive this figure, it's going to have some very, very, very tight joints. But still, it's absolutely fantastic. So now let's check out Fire Rodan's sculpt and paint applications. So, as you can see, Fire Rodan's sculpt is absolutely spot on and definitely fantastic here. You know, very monster-like here. The horns, the paint application is absolutely fantastic. You know, this nice gradient here going from the red to the white or yellowish tip. Definitely very cool there. A nice, you know, sculpt here on the beak here and the eye. So it's absolutely fantastic. And I feel they probably could have cut corners in the eyes or something, but they didn't. And that's very much appreciated. The chest here, the spines, they're definitely very nice, very neat, and very cool. They're somewhat sharp. They're not overly sharp or anything like that. More so the spines on the back are pretty sharp and everything, but still. This is a fantastic figure, and it has a fantastic sculpt here. Now, on the wings, they're definitely very impressive. You know, once again, they could have cut corners, but they did not. So the wings have a fantastic monster-like sculpt here, and, you know, it continues on through each of the, we'll say the bone pieces of the wings here. So a nice sculpt going all over the place on the wings. And then also, there are vein patterns inside the wings, and if you can see that faintly there, let's get some focus going on. You can kind of see it faintly here if you look very closely. There are veins going through Fire Rodan's wings. And one thing that's pretty cool too, and it shows that they pay attention to detail, the vein pattern is not the same on both wings. So, you know, it gives that, you know, random pattern that gives it somewhat of a realistic feel. And that's absolutely fantastic and very much appreciated. And once again, you know, it's those little things that go a long way and are very much appreciated by us collectors. So absolutely fantastic. On the back of the wings here also, you have the vein pattern going on. You can kind of see that faintly up here, but still very cool here. An absolutely fantastic sculpt and a fantastic figure here. So it's definitely very nice, very neat, and very cool. So fantastic. So, now that we have the Fire Rodan review out of the way, let's go ahead and conclude this review. To conclude the review, SH Monster Arts Fire Rodan is another fantastic release in the SH Monster Arts line. Fire Rodan has a fantastic sculpt, fantastic paint applications, fantastic accessories, and a very nice, very neat, very cool, and very wide range of articulation. So this figure is definitely very nice, very neat, and very cool. I absolutely recommend that everyone picks this figure up because it is fantastic. Now, for me personally, I feel like the biggest selling point for this figure is the sheer amount of accessories Fire Rodan comes with, but also he comes with accessories that completes other characters. You know, for instance, the battle damaged Mechagodzilla head and the spiral ray for Godzilla. So this is absolutely fantastic, and it's you know, pretty cool to have accessories that come full circle for each character in the film. So definitely very cool. Also, if you haven't already, check out Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, or also known as Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. It's an absolutely fantastic film. You'll get a chance to see these characters in action. This has been another review by Diego Doom. Thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned for more figure reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe.